This is the SHIB coin 1 month overview reading for the month of March 2025. Currently, it's February 25th, 2025, 8:37 p.m. Eastern Time. SHIB coin at the time of this reading is 0.000014. It's four zeros after the decimal point, followed by a 1-4. The shuffle video for the March reading was created on January 23rd, 2025 at 8:33 p.m. Eastern Time. What we'll cover in this video is the overall trend direction and chart behavior for SHIB coin in the month of March. We'll give you chart behavior to look out for near the month's highest high and the month's lowest low. And then we're going to review January and February, see how we did on accuracy for those readings, then come back and do a day-by-day sequence of chart events. It's important to understand that the timing by the day, it usually is on point to the day, but there's definitely cases of readings where it's like plus or minus as much as 3 days of wiggle room. It's a sequence of chart events as outlined by the prediction that's most important to pay attention to. Timing is secondary. Really, you shouldn't be trading this information alone. This is more of like an expectation guideline. In real time on our Discord channel for SHIB coin is where I keep people up to date with live Discord trade alerts and live updated TradingView chart drawings as part of the monthly access subscription, which I will show you guys how to get at the end of the video. Once we're done with the day-by-day sequence of chart events, I'll give you one of the best trades that I see, and then at the end of the video, again, we'll show you how to get that monthly access subscription, so stay tuned for that. Before we get into it, though, I want to make sure that you're aware the whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following through on the rule of karma. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders. 5% of all profits from information on this channel should be donated forward to one of these charities. 5% of all profits should be donated back to the channel through one of these links. It leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you're an angel investor of the channel. Universe is going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Not to mention you'll get added to our angel investor Discord channel, which is the only voice chat we have on Discord. And you'll be like a part of the family. All right, so let's get into it. On the first, we have a period of volatility and a sharp drop that'll stand out in that period of volatility. There's a prominent trough there. On the second, we rally, but rally turns over, creating a crest on the second. A lot of price change on the third. Volatility, and we successfully find support at an important trough there. Important trough where we do sideways rotation, a lot of price change into and or out of that sideways rotation there on the third. We likely rally at the end of the day, or we rally early in the day on the fourth, but the rally turns over, creating another prominent peak there on the fourth with a decline through key support into a trough at the end of the day. On the fifth, we rally out of a trough along a diagonal trend line, breaking, and that rally ends with a fast sudden move higher, and then a breakdown through that diagonal trend line into sideways rotation on the sixth, with another prominent trough towards the end of the day. Multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance on the seventh. On the 8th, we have a breakout early in the day. It looks like it probably doesn't hold. It's a key resistance level that we decline from and then return to at least once in the not too distant future. It looks like a prominent peak early in the day on the 8th. We decline from that, maybe returning to it on the 8th, but more likely we're returning to it a few days from the 8th. On the 9th, more decline, taking us into a prominent trough towards the end of the day or on the cusp of the 9th, 10th. Out of a decline, there's a big move ending the decline, a big move to the upside, ending the decline at the end of the day on the 10th. And then another significant move lower out of a peak around the cusp of the 10th, 11th, significant move lower into the 11th with more sideways rotation. On the 12th, a brief peak that's easily missed, followed by a decline through multiple support levels into another prominent trough. There's likely to be another, like a move to the upside there. Well, hard to say, but there's a prominent trough on the 13th, a decline to revisit a support level we recently met once before. It might be the same support level as the 12th, hard to say. On the 14th, erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level, revisiting a crest or a trough that was recently past opportunity. Usually it's a crest. On the 15th, even in the face of seemingly overwhelming headwinds or seemingly overwhelmingly negative chart behavior, we have this big move to the upside, taking us to a peak at the end of the day. On the 18th, sideways fluctuating rally turns into a decline with a prominent trough there on the 18th, or, excuse me, on the 16th or the 17th. Probably a prominent trough on the 17th. And then on the 18th, we rally out of a trough, increasing with momentum moving forward in time into an important resistance level on the 19th that we then decline from, and with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down into a trough. Another prominent peak towards the earlier part of the day on the 20th, and a sell-off through multiple support levels out of that. Sideways rotation on the 21st at a prominent trough, a big move higher, and then more sideways rotation. Prominent trough on the 22nd, and a breakout at some point on the 22nd that doesn't look like it holds, takes us to a peak at the end of the day. And then we have another sharp decline into the 23rd with sideways rotation. Sideways rotation ends with a fast sudden move higher around the cusp of the 23rd, 24th, pushing the upper end of a range higher on the 24th. And then we decline towards the end of the day on the 24th, followed by another big move to the upside to a prominent peak on the 25th. Decline from that peak on the 25th into a trough on the 28th, with another huge move to the upside out of that trough into a peak on the 27th that we then sell off from pretty notably. A volatile day on the 28th. Overall direction, it's mixed, bullish than bearish. On the 29th, a failed attempt to break through key resistance, followed by a decline through key support. On the 30th, we rally into key resistance and then abruptly turn around and decline back down to where the rally started, and possibly more. Prominent trough on the 31st, and a rally out of that trough, offering opportunity to open up short positions. I'll talk about in more detail in the monthly access version when we get into all of the best trades that we expect to see. All right, so I'll give you one of the best trades, but remember, guys, this is just an expectation of a trade. If you really want to trade this information, I highly advise getting the monthly access subscription. I'll show you how to get that just right after we go through this trade here. So on the 7th, most likely we have a trough on the 7th that's around the same price level as a trough that we had around the cusp of the 4th, 5th. When we get to around that price level, I'd open up a long position, close that long position the following day when we have a breakout momentarily through key resistance to create a prominent peak probably towards the beginning of the day there. You would exit out of it there. If you miss that opportunity, you might have another opportunity on the 11th, but I would not wait for it. And that's one of the best trades that I see for SHIB in March. So the way that you get the Discord trade alerts, live updated trading view charts, you go to our website, terrafortraders.com, hover over order now, click on subscriptions. This is the monthly access subscription. It doesn't just cover SHIB, it covers all of these crypto and ticker symbols on a monthly basis by day chart behavior. We also give you the timing of the highest highs and the lowest lows for each of those on a monthly basis. And all of the best trades. And you get a Discord channel and chat channel for each of those tickers and crypto as well. You also get access to the early access subscription as part of the monthly access subscription, which gives you access to our SPY swing trades, our SPY day trades, and our the earliest access you can get to any of our public posts. This is $300 a month. It's going up soon, guys. I highly recommend, if you're planning on doing this, that you pull the trigger on this before it goes up, which is in the not too distant future. And that's SHIB for March 2025. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. You know where to go, you know what to do. Oh, I never went over the... All right, so we had a lowest low at the very beginning of the month thus far in January. We had a high on the 18th. I had that we could have a high anywhere between the 18th and the 23rd. I was leaning towards the 22nd, but ended up being on the 18th. So we still nailed that as far as the overall location of where it could be. And then we have that we're going to lower price levels in February, and you can see how that's actually taken place. We had a prominent trough or possible lowest low location on the 28th as well. And you can see how that came to fruition. And then we have lower price levels in February. High at the beginning of the month We had a trough around the 6th, 7th, another one around the 10th. Looks like we were a little bit off on the 10th. Then we go into a high around the 17th. It looks like it ended up being a little bit earlier, but then that's followed again by another lowest low between the 22nd and the 23rd. And then we have that we'll see an even lower one at the very end of the month, and it looks like that's going to come to fruition. So you can see this is an example of where the sequence of chart events were made accurate. The timing was a little bit off as far as the days, but anybody who was on the SHIB channel as part of the monthly access, they they were updated in real time if there was any expectations or any things that I saw as we went. And that's why it's so important, my friends. That's SHIB for March 2025. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one.